Hello, it's Kathleen at Kathleen Elise, and I'm here just to go over a few things about reproducing authentic sounds in English, specifically American English. So, what I've noticed is many of my students are having trouble correctly pronouncing the English TH sound. And the confusing it oftentimes or not knowing when to use it, the American T sound. So oftentimes my students are killing themselves trying to, really get it right, and they're, forming, they're listening, they're working so hard, and they still just can't quite get the right sound. Um, and oftentimes they are frustrated because they don't quite know when to use the different sounds. So, what you need to remember is, first of all, don't beat yourself up about it. They're difficult. Um, Once you get the hang of it, it's simple, and you think, "Oh my goodness, how come I never picked that up before?" But if you're not used to it, or if you're used to using it in a different way, then it gets confusing. So don't worry. Take a breath, relax. We'll get through this. That's what we're here for today. So remember, there's three reasons that you could be having trouble with reproducing these sounds or knowing when to use them. So, first of all, English speakers, particularly American English speakers, speak quickly. You just bing, bam, boom, you get the job done, you say it, and you move on. So, our jaws, let me just move the microphone out of the way a little bit here. Our jaws are more tense. We're always at the ready to move on to the next sound. So if you're coming from, and I'm sorry, the same with your tongue, and oftentimes the shape of our mouths is more pulled in than other languages. So, for example, the Korean language, I've just started taking a look at that, and what I find, I have difficulty in reproducing sounds of Korean because I'm used to such a tense mouth that's always at the ready to go, where the sounds in Korean are produced with a wider, more relaxed jaw and tongue. And so it's just a matter for me being able to produce the sounds of Korean correctly. I need to just learn to relax my jaw and my tongue and produce the sounds with my tongue oftentimes at the back of the roof of my mouth versus the front of the roof of my mouth. Or I need to again relax the tongue, have my jaw be wider, um, and produce the sounds that way. So it's a matter of just training my jaw and my tongue to relax. Um, and particularly since I come from the Northeast in America, we are known as uptight people. My friends from California knew right away the first time I met them where I was from because I'm just, down to business, get it done, you know, they relax and they're just much more easygoing about things. Hardworking, we have the same work ethic, just different approaches to things. So remember that your native language might have the opposite approach to producing sounds, and so therefore it's harder for you to do it. Um, so it's just a matter of getting enough practice and muscle memory here for you to be able to reproduce the sounds. The second area that you might fall into is that your language might have the same sound. So you're used to reproducing the sound, but you use it in different circumstances or in relation to a different letter. Um, and therefore, you might get confused as to which one you're using and when you should be using it. So, for example, Spanish. When you're producing the th sound, you have the sound, you can produce it, you produce it correctly, but you use it differently. So for um, you use the sound the as in, again, my Spanish is not very good, so please forgive me. But the word in American we would say cervezas, but for beer is cervezas. So you use the th sound for the letter C. So whereas for the word in English theater, you would say teatro. Again, my R's are terrible. Forgive me. um, so it's just a matter of getting yourself to think in English. Remember that you're speaking English and not your native Spanish, and just getting yourself used to. Again, it's a muscle memory. Um, this is where practice really does make perfect, or it perfects your ability to do it. Um, so again, producing the correct sound, just knowing when to use it. And the third issue might be that your language might not have the sound at all. So you're just not used to producing the sound. So you don't have much to go on. You have nothing to reference it to bounce back and forth with. So what I find is helpful to my students is to envision something that makes sense to you, something that you can relate to that will help you to um, know what to do and how to pronounce it. Again, all of these boil down to practicing to get that muscle memory, that brain memory working and active. But so, for example, a lot of times I'll tell my students who don't have this sound in their language to imagine a snake when they're, what are they doing? Are they smelling when they stick their tongue out and they quiver it around? Um, so imagine the snake doing that. Um, so that will help you put your tongue in the right position, etc. So let's go through this a little bit. So again, in English, the th sound, it's produced without using your voice. So don't get your vocal cords involved at all. This is simply with air going through your mouth and what you're doing with your tongue. So you want to take your tongue and just stick it a little bit between your teeth. Like, ugh, I don't, you probably can't see it, just a little bit between your teeth. And you don't have to bite down, but just feel the tongue with your teeth. And then you're inhaling as you're doing that. And then to produce a sound, you keep everything in place and you just exhale. So I hope you can hear that. Let's move the microphone up a lot. Okay, so there you go. So it's really simple to do. It's just a matter of getting the practice in doing it. So now that you've got that, what happens when you have to produce another sound? How do you transition? So usually you're going to have words like this, that, those, these, theater, things like that. So the sound is usually going to be a vowel. I can't really think of anything that's not a vowel when you're dealing with the TH. So the vowel sound is going to be vocalized, which means you get your vocal cords involved, and those activate as you're pulling your teeth out to form your next vowel. So let's just do the word that. Put your fingers here on either side of your neck and until you can feel your vocal cords moving. And make your T sound. So stick your tongue just between your teeth. Breathe out, and as you're pulling your tongue back, you're going to make this the next sound. So we're going to do the word that, as in the A sound as in cat. So you're going to go th. If you noticed, I started to produce the sound before I was ready. So that. The vocal sound sounds like it's coming from the TH, but it's really coming when you're pulling your tongue away, making the A sound in cat. So that, that. If you notice, I'm pulling my tongue out, and that's when my vocal cords get involved. So it's just going to be practice, practice, practice. Um, just keep on doing it. So, I think we covered. Let's see. So we've got the sounds. Okay. So yeah, initially when you're producing these sounds, um, you're gonna. It's okay to exaggerate the sticking your tongue out kind of a thing, but as you get familiar with the motions and what you need to do, you won't be sticking your tongue out like that. It'll just stick out just a little bit. So there you have it. Again, it's simple. It's just a matter of practice, 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 and having that visual of what you're actually doing. So let me know in the comments below what sounds in English cause you the most trouble or that you struggle with. Is it the TH sound? Is it a B versus a V? Is it whatever it is? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll do videos on it. I'll make them all up, and we'll get you started there. So, excellent job today. Uh, See you soon. Bye bye.